Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, welcome to Unity Orlando. Our opening statement this morning is all things I am, can do, and be through Christ the truth that is in me. Let's all affirm that together. All things I am, can do, and be through Christ the truth that is in me. All right, let's all close our eyes and take a nice deep breath in. Let's affirm that together in the silence. And so it is. And now if you'd like to stand, we'll sing our joy song this morning. It's called Glory of Love. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good morning, Unity Orlando. How is everyone today? Good to see your faces. Welcome online. I'm Susan Francis. I'm actually your board president. I don't know if I ever told you that. That's me. I'm also your platform speaker today. Let's see, do we have any visitors? I think we are all family. So welcome this morning. For those who are at home, just know that the lesson notes are available to print on our website on the services page. Also, to let you know, we've added a new page on the website that links to new podcasts, both on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And you can listen to Reverend Bob, some of his lessons. So it's a great place to hear some of those lessons again. You can play them over and over as much as you want. The Unity Men's Group meets today following the 11 o'clock service in the courtyard classroom. All men are welcome. And then the women's group, we have a new women's group. They're going to meet today following the 11 o'clock service as well. Not in the same room. They're going to be in the prayer. Not on purpose. But not allowed. Just keep them apart. They're going to be in the Prayer for Protection classroom at the end of the hall, just left before Meyer Hall. So that's where the women will be, if you're looking for them. And just to remind you, our chaplains pray every night at 8 o'clock. We would invite you to join us in prayer, just wherever you are, stop for a moment and just join us. The power of collective prayer is really strong. Also, a reminder that chaplains are here to pray with you, and we are full up this morning. I see myself and two others here. I see Bob and Deborah back there, so welcome, and see them if you need prayer. Let's see, before I introduce Reverend Bob, well, I will say this. Reverend Bob's lesson this morning is living in harmony. But, you know, I have to tell you a little story. So there was a man who suffered a serious heart attack, and he had open heart bypass surgery. And he awoke to find himself in the care of nuns at a Catholic hospital. As he was recovering, a nun came in to ask how he was going to pay for his services. He was asked if he had health insurance, and he said no health insurance. He said that quite firmly, and the nun asked if he had any money in the bank, and he said, no money in the bank. Then the nun asked, do you have a relative who could help you? And he said, I only have a spinster sister, and she's a nun. The nun got a little angry over this and announced loudly, nuns are not spinsters. Nuns are married to God. Yes, that's right, said the patient, perking up. Send the bill to my brother-in-law. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Brian.
Thank you very much. Here's a song called Dream Sailor. I had to write this song because it's been so long since I've seen you in a dream. We were sailing along in a vessel strong, and you handed me the wheel, and I steered us around the storm, and you cleared the skies and filled me warm. And I live in all your glory now, in a world of love and bliss. And I shine your light in the world to see, in a world in harmony, in a world in harmony. And so I wrote this song because it's been too long since I've been in a dream with you. As we reach the shore of happiness, in a world of love and more, in a of love and more. And I live in all your glory now, in a world of love and bliss. Now I shine your light in the world to see, in a world in harmony, in a world in harmony. And I live in all your glory now, in a world of love and bliss. Now I shine your light in the world to see, in a world in harmony, in a world in harmony, in a world in harmony.
You know how to nail the subject, don't you? That was perfect. Thank you all. That was wonderful. It's good to see each and every one of you. It's good to see all of you at home. Well, it's good for you to see me, I guess. Let's get this straight. But I know you're there. So, whether you're here or whether you're at home, welcome to the Sunday after Easter. You know you get extra points for that, right? The few, the brave, those who come to church the week after Easter. Welcome. I think you'll be glad you were here. We've got a good subject. Before I get started, though, I want to thank some people. I want to thank the members of the Soul Group who came out and spent all kinds of time cleaning up in the meditation garden and planting some new plants and wow, just all kinds of stuff, and improved the looks of that meditation garden phenomenally. And then he's not here yet, but I want to thank Curtis because he came along with his pressure cleaner. And he worked real hard on everything. So we're trying to spruce the place up. I will give you notice for those who are hale and hearty and don't mind crawling on a roof. That roof over the meditation garden, all the woodwork has been finished now. So before long, we're going to be rolling out some peel and glue down. It's some new stuff that's supposed to be very effective. But we're going to be putting the cover on the roof, and we're going to need some people. So if you're thinking that's something you could help with, just let me know. We haven't scheduled a time yet, but we'd love to gather names. So anyway, just let us know. Today I'm going to talk about living in harmony. Living in harmony. Doesn't it feel good just to say that? I'm living in harmony. I want you to understand there's a feeling to that. There's an energy to harmony. It's an amazingly dynamic spiritual energy. It can be extremely transformative in your life. The spiritual goal of humanity living in harmony is presented throughout the Bible. This is something that is just basic to the entire teaching from front to end. In Psalm 131, the first verse, "Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in harmony." Isaiah 11, 6 and 9, "The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid. And they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord." When the earth is full of the knowledge of the Lord, there is this absolute harmony among all life. And of course, the ultimate statement of being in harmony, even when you'd prefer not to be, even when it isn't natural, was given by Jesus in Matthew 5:44 and 45. Stay in harmony, he said, even when things get bad. Love your enemies. Bless anyone who curses you. Do good to anyone who hates you. And pray for those who carry you away by force and persecute you, so that you may become sons of your Father who is in heaven. Maintain your harmony even with your adversaries. Wow. And of course, Paul and Peter got in on the act. Romans 12, 16 and 18. This is Paul. "Live in harmony with one another, and if it be possible, as much as lies in you, live peaceably with all men." Peaceably with all men. And then there's 1 Peter 3:8. "Live in harmony, be sympathetic, love one another, have compassion, and be humble." It's interesting, if you read several versions, when they're talking about being humble, what they're saying is, don't rule other people out. Don't say, I'm on a pedestal and you're not. I'm good and you're not. He says, include everyone. Being humble is being willing to connect with anyone at any stage in life. Being willing to connect with all life. Well, this is quite the vision for humanity. And it's kind of the vision that Brian and the music department were singing about. A world in harmony. But harmony is also a very powerful spiritual energy that you can use to transform your own spiritual life, your own life even before humanity gets there. Because it seems like we're still working on this one. Last week was Easter. We talked about rising to a higher level with your life. I hope you're already beginning to experience a sense of newness, a sense of renewal, a sense that, hey, I'm starting a new cycle in my life. So today what we're going to do is we're going to continue that idea by picking up with the concentration on harmony, which alone by itself will catapult you higher in consciousness. It'll literally change the way you're living your life just by concentrating on being in harmony. If you concentrate on harmony, you'll see an upgrade to the way you live your life almost immediately. This one's almost magical. Some things you work on for months and months and months and finally get a piece of what you're shooting for. Harmony, you turn your thoughts there, you turn your feeling, your heart into trying to feel yourself in harmony with the world around you, and things start changing almost immediately. It is astounding how quickly this energy can begin to move in your life. So it is worth spending some time on as we're trying to experience a wonderful renewal right now. Trying to start life over. Well, let's move it up into a state of more harmony in our life. You'll start to notice immediately that new good is attracted into your life. A few days, sometimes I said, I spent 7 years working on my heart. So I understand what it's like to have to stick with something for a while to try to plumb its steps. And I get that. But I got to tell you, when I decided to work on harmony, when I thought I'm going to affirm I am in harmony, the results were almost immediate. I was surprised at how quickly the world responds to my just for a moment declaring, I am in harmony with everyone and everything. That feeling will, without a doubt, carry you higher. So we want to learn to live in harmony. And that's learning to dance. Living in harmony is learning to dance with the universe rather than fight with it to get what we want. If you can harmonize yourself to the world around you, it's actually much easier to succeed and to create something beautiful in your life than it is to demand it. To say, I got to have this. This is what I've got. I'm going to force it through. You don't have enough willpower. That's why we say, thy will be done through me. We want to combine our will with divine will. Now we got enough willpower. We create something we want in life much more efficiently by harmonizing ourselves with the universe rather than saying, God, give it to me, demanding that it happen. So, you got to learn to dance. In a dance, someone leads, right? Now, I hate to tell you, but the universe leads. You know, most of us, when we start praying, we think, I'm going to get to lead. I'm going to say, God, do this, and God's going to jump. I'm going to say, God, jump, and God says, how high? And we have that one exactly backwards. We don't tell God. When I was very, very young, I was into mind power. And so I was into tapping all these invisible powers so that I would be able to control my life. I'd have power over my life. But if you set out to follow the path of power, the lesson you will have to learn is, I don't use power. Power uses me. And that's how this dance works. So, the universe presents what it's going to present, and sometimes it's not what we planned on. But if we harmonize ourselves to what the universe presents, we find that simply by harmonizing what I'm given, I can actually achieve my heart's desire. I can still get either to where I wanted to go or at least to the energy of where I wanted to go in another experience. So this dance is worth learning. Harmony. Just a word. You say it and you get to breathe deeply and let go, right? Gonna totally let go. So I'm going to talk about some ways to increase the energy of harmony in our lives. And the first is amazingly simple, and it's the one I started out with. Simply affirm, I am in harmony. And try to keep that affirmation going throughout your day. Use it continually. I am in harmony. I am in harmony. Wherever you go, declare before you walk in, I am in harmony. And this is not just words. So every time you say it, you're trying to feel. Can you feel you're in harmony? And if you keep reminding yourself throughout your day, I am in harmony. I was prepared when I first started, like I said. I was prepared to settle in for several months at least. I'd worked with other energies, and it's often very hard to generate. But what's intriguing is the moment you turn your mind, your focus, which is mind and heart, on harmony, you're there. Maybe you're only in a little piece of it, but you're there. And the world immediately starts to respond. I am in harmony. I started saying that, and I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to work on for the next several months. And the next day I'm going, I'm already getting results. This is amazing. I am in harmony. Look, the world is functioning very differently with me than it ever has before. Wow. Good stuff is starting to come. I am in harmony, and things are working out. Things are flowing. Things are, and within a couple of days, I'm going, this is wild that it can happen this fast, this clearly. Well, are we going to keep this an intellectual concept, or are we going to feel it? I am in harmony. Will you say that with me? I am in harmony. I am in harmony. I am in harmony. Everybody, I am in harmony. What are you in harmony with? Everything. I'm in harmony with all life. I'm in harmony with all the people walking around out there. Can you feel it? Stop and try to feel it. I am in harmony. Can you feel yourself in harmony with everything around you? Feel yourself in balance with everyone and everything in the world around you? I am in harmony. Harmony. Again, I am in harmony. Another time, I am in harmony. Stop to feel it. One more time. I am in harmony. This is how life was meant to be. I realize there are those who will say, well, in the real world, you can't do that. And we're going to discuss how you continue to try to do it, even in the real world, quote. But this is the goal. Just start affirming it, just by putting your attention on harmony. At first, you feel the relief. And then you'll begin to see the world seemingly responding harmoniously to you. So if we're going to kick it up a notch, the second one is not just to abstractly concentrate on harmony, but now get serious about it. Let's number 2 is practice feeling harmony with the people in your life. So how do you feel harmony with the people around you? Well, harmony is when you include them. We're all working together. It's not me versus you. It's just us down here. Okay? It's just us. And if it's just us, that means we're all part of each other. All of us. And so with everyone you encounter, ask yourself, what is it like to be this person? Make that your fun little private project. At least I did. And I found that the world is the greatest art museum available. Every single person out there is slightly different. They are a set of unique vibrations, unique feelings, unique textures. Everyone out there, if you try to touch them with your heart, you'll realize everyone has a different texture to their being. And just going, ooh, okay, that's interesting. Ooh, that's interesting. This is different. This is different. The world gets really exciting when you're paying attention on this level instead of just, yep, this person, and they're either going to give me what I want or I don't like them. Isn't that normal? So ask yourself, what's it like to be this person? To be this person. For a moment, put yourself inside of them and try to feel what they feel like. You don't have to approve or disapprove. You just feel what it feels like to be them. I've often found in praying for someone, you're not as effective if you stand out here and see them as separate and say, okay, you got to come up. If you really want to work healing with someone, you got to feel their pain. You actually have to go into them and feel where they are, who they are. You've got to essentially make them a part of you and then rise to joy and know they rise with you. So if you're going to feel your harmony with people, start with the people you love. That's the easy part, right? I'm in harmony with so-and-so. Yep, I love her. So I'm in harmony with her. Most of the time. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that most of the time coming. If you're concentrating on harmony, look at the people that you love. In your mind or in person, and feel your connection with them. Feel that connection that makes them in harmony with you and you in harmony with them. And essentially you realize they are a part of me. They are a part of me. This person is a part of me. That literally is the definition of love. Love is when you say, you're a part of me. I love you. You are a part of me. Your pain is my pain. Your joy is my joy. That's what love is, right? It's that sense of oneness. And we start by reaching out to one person or two or three. And we only master it when we've reached out to everyone. You're a part of me. So, try to feel your connection with everyone around you. But start with those you love every day, realizing I am in harmony with these people who are in my family. They may irritate the tar out of me, but I am in harmony with them. go beyond the outer expression. When you're driving around in traffic, you want to change how things are going? Start declaring, I am in harmony with the flow of traffic. You know? I've had a number of situations where I'm sitting there and I want to round, and at times I become an aggressive driver. Patty probably suffered more from my delivering her to her doctor's appointments than from the mini chemo treatment she actually went through. You know, she was like, well, we survived another trip. So here I am, okay? Here I am, and I'm driving down the road. And in certain instances, now luckily she's not been in the car with me when this happened, but I'd be sitting there, I need a round, I'm gonna be late, I've gotta get there, and two people pull up in front. Ever see how two people like to ride side by side in the lane in front of you so you can't get around? And I'm sitting there and I'm going, Finally, I reminded myself, come on, Bob. You can't get around. Just get in harmony with it. It'll all be fine. And a quarter mile down the road, we pass a cop and a radar gun. And I go, oh, thank you guys for slowing me down. Traffic always feels like we're fighting to get ahead, right? We're jockeying for position. Maybe that's only me. But you can change it all by saying and feeling. See, there is a feeling to this. It's not just a statement. There is a feeling. I'm flowing. I am flowing through traffic. I am flowing with traffic. We are all in this together. We're all trying to get somewhere. There's just us trying to get to our destinations. We're not fighting with each other. We're flowing. And if you can move into that state of consciousness, literally traffic will change. There are times when I have pushed like crazy to get there, and I check my time to see how long it takes me to go from A to B, which is normally something, maybe it was down to the church. And then I would try on the days where I just flowed. I didn't push. I didn't try to find my way. I said, I am flowing through traffic. And I generally found that when I was declaring I was in harmony with the flow of traffic, I literally got there faster than I normally would, pushing as hard as I could. Funny how that happens. When you're dancing with the universe, you're so much more capable of creating something beautiful in your life. So, we're going to have harmony with the traffic. Now we're covering people, right? We did those we love, traffic. It's relatively innocuous, but it's out there. Now let's talk about those we don't like. That's where Peter said, have compassion. That one was Peter, right? Live in harmony, be sympathetic, love one another, have compassion, be humble. Okay. Have compassion on the people that you don't really approve of that much in life. The ones who do irritate the tar out of you. Even the ones that you think the world would probably be better off without. Thank God you're not God. I've often thought, if God would have given me unlimited power, there wouldn't be very many people left on this earth. Need to get over that. So, have compassion on those around you. Remember how I said they're a part of me? Now we're going to stretch out our comfort zone. And to the people you're not that fond of, realize they're a part of you. Try to see it from their point of view. Try to look at the world through their eyes. You may say, it even hurts to look through their eyes, and it may. I agree. But can you look through their eyes? For a moment, see it the other direction, the people who are behaving badly. See it from the other direction. See it through their eyes. How does it feel inside of them, and how are they reacting the way they are? You do not have to, how'd I put that? You don't have to do what they want. That's not what I'm saying. You just have to understand them. Can you understand why they're being so inappropriately horrible? Why are they the way they are? If you can understand it, it's amazing how harmony often makes it so you can get through this. You can deal with them because you have compassion, like Peter said. You understand them. And of course, the one who is full-fledged your adversary. Love your enemies. Whoa. There was a movie I watched a number of years ago. You remember Secondhand Lions? These two old guys had lived a couple of brothers had lived this phenomenal life overseas in the desert areas of Africa. And, you know, they had lived this amazingly adventurous life, and almost nobody believed it, you know. And yet in the last scene, the son of the sheik that they had had all these experiences shows up in his helicopter to see where these two had finally driven their plane into the barn while flying. In other words, they left the earth. And he said, I just wanted to see it, because these two individuals who were constantly fighting with my grandfather, he claimed they were really important in his life. They were his worthy adversaries, and they helped to make him who he was. You have worthy adversaries. They are adversarial, no doubt about it. But they're yours. And dealing with them is part of your growth. And the moment you claim that, no adversary has nearly as much power over you once you have said, you're part of me, you're part of my life, and that makes you part of my domain. Once you move into oneness, no adversary has nearly as much power over you as they did when you said, you're my enemy, you're separate from me. The moment you move into separation, you're on your own. The moment you can take them in. Love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took them in, right? The moment you can do that, you're in much better shape than you were. And you're much stronger to prevail in the struggle. Number 3 is embrace, and this one may be the hardest of the batch. Embrace being in harmony with your own life. If there's anyone that we generally struggle with, it's ourselves. We disappoint ourselves. I was saying the other day to someone, I really thought by now I'd have changed the world. I thought I would have changed the entire face of Unity. I thought I'd be running things by now. I have failed. I haven't fulfilled what I thought I would do. Have you? We disappoint ourselves horribly. I know other people disappoint us, but our biggest disappointment is generally ourselves. And it's time to make peace with that. It's time to be in harmony with ourselves. It's time to be at peace with who you are and where you find yourself. Not who you'd hoped you'd be and where you wanted to get to, but who you are and where you find yourself right now. You say, well, how can I do that when I've fallen short? What would you tell a young child that was trying to learn something that you've mastered? Your child who is there, and they've stumbled and they've fallen down. Oh, I'll never learn to run. You'll say, yeah, you will. Just get up and try again. You're fine. You love them right where they are, right? Well, guess what? You, this outer being, is a child to your soul. And it deserves the compassion you would give a child. So it is time to look at this outer self, which by nature is going to have failed our greatest hopes. Say, come on, get up and walk a little further. You can do it. You'll make it. It's time to be at peace with the child that your outer self is, surrounded in love, compassion. We say there are those around you who need your compassion. You need your own compassion. You need to give yourself a little space, a little space, a little understanding. So remember, it's your soul that counts. This personal self is a child and probably always will be. So praise the child for what it has done and done well. The more you praise yourself for what you've done well, the more this child will grow and flourish and begin maybe even to fulfill some of those expectations. I haven't changed the world. I've only done a little tiny piece. That's probably all this outer self was meant to do. Because in the end, it's my soul that counts. This outer self has just been the host that allowed this great being of light to come through this world. And the same is true for you. You're just the host or hostess of something that is phenomenal. So quit being so hard on yourself, and maybe it's time to declare, I love my life. Because most of the time we don't. See, that's an agreement. Carlos Castaneda books used to say, that's an agreement. There we go. That's an agreement. The universe is agreeing. I love my life. Can you say that? I love my life. I love my life. Again, I love my life. Now try to feel it. Do you love your life? Come on. Together. I love my life. With all its warts and challenges and conflicts and seeming lacks and all the stuff I have to put up with, I love my life. One more time. I love my life. Okay. But if you're going to love your life, the hardest part's going to be loving the challenges, right? So, harmonize with your challenges. In Matthew 5:39, Jesus said it very clearly, resist not evil. Don't wrestle with the evil in your life. You are actually more likely to prevail using harmony than fighting against the universe. So when the universe takes a step, match it. Even if the step seems more like a challenge than a confirmation. Go there. Then when the universe presents something, accept it. This is what I've got. Because all you can do is you can be that cat trying to not go through the door, right? And you know, in the end, it's going to go in that cat box. So, when the universe takes a step, match it, but add your energy toward creating something good. I call this the yes, but attitude. Have you ever been trained in a sales job? Anyone who trains you in a sales job will normally train you in the technique called yes, but. You don't have to disagree when they say da 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 and say this terrible thing about it that is against what you're trying to accomplish. You simply say yes, but. If you can accept rather than challenge them on it, and then you add another energy to it to head it a slightly different direction. Now, that's a sales technique. In a spiritual attitude, it goes like this: accept what life requires of you, yes, and embrace it in such a way that you can create something good out of it, but something good can come out of this. Accept what comes. When I was selling my house, we're coming on 2 years ago now, almost. And it was the big event of my life. I still have nightmares that I have to take more things off that property before it can be sold. It's amazing what I went through. 30 years of marriage, and you can literally collect a lot, particularly on 3 acres. So here I am selling, and I have done everything required. I have cleared the property, put on a new roof, put in new electrical box. I've spent a lot of money upgrading when I originally said it was going to go as is. But they couldn't get a loan without certain things being done. And we got to the end of the last week, and the seller says, I'm bailing. Lower the price by $30,000. Lower what we have agreed on. We'd already lowered the price. Lower what we have agreed on by another $30,000, or I'm out of here and I want my money back. And they came to me, and I said, you're kidding me. I've already moved out of the house. I said, but the bottom line is, I don't want to sell the house to somebody who doesn't think it's a good deal. So, give him his money back. I'm not going to argue with him. Give him his earnest money back. Just give it back to him, and let's get on to the real buyer. If he's not the one, if he thinks this is a horrible deal, he's not my buyer. Let's get on to the real buyer as quickly as possible. And so we were showing it within 24 hours. We were back on the market showing it, and they texted back and said, send us the form, we'll give you the money back. And of course, they never sent us the form. And in the end, the following Saturday, after having shown it 3, 4, 5 times, their real estate agent calls back and says, they really feel they made a mistake. They want it, and they'll go back to the original deal. They'll do it exactly the way we originally negotiated. We'll do it exactly the way it was. They just want to close. I said, okay. If they really feel that way, I'll go back and do that the way we negotiated. But I had to be willing to not fight with them over that to get it there. I had to say, okay, if you aren't my buyer, you aren't my buyer. I want to go find my buyer. I want to go find my perfect buyer. And it turned out it was them. But it's the yes, but. We're going to bail on you 3 days before closing. And hey, yes, but I'm going to find my real buyer right now. We're moving on. That's what the yes, but's all about. So, when life presents you something, accept it and expect some good to show up from someplace. And finally, I've got one more thing on harmonizing with your challenges. It wouldn't be a challenge if you didn't have to ask this question. Ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Remember, the whole books have been written on this. Say, okay, what would Jesus do in this situation? What you are doing in that moment is harmonizing yourself with the highest within you, with your highest understanding of what is ethical and what is good. And if you harmonize with that, goodness is going to flow. There is one last one, it's number 5, and it's meditate for an extended time on I am in harmony with all life. Everything, I've done a lot of talking about working with the outer world and trying to feel in harmony with everything around us. Then I've talked about your life, but that's still the outer world. This last one is to truly meditate on the energy itself. Spend time feeling in harmony with nature, in harmony with the stars and the planets and the forces that move through the universe. Just trying to feel in harmony with everyone in the world, whether they feel in harmony with you or not. I feel in harmony with them. And feel this sense of harmony and just immerse yourself in that energy. If you do that on a regular basis, the rest of it probably will actually take care of itself. So, conclusion. With Easter, we begin a new cycle of goodness in our lives. Let's build on that this week by concentrating on being in harmony with the universe and the spirit that moves it. That spiritual energy of harmony can catapult us toward a greater goodness in our lives. This new cycle, it can be a cycle of harmony and goodness. For in all, how did that go? In all the world, I know I read it here somewhere. All in my mountain. That's it. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord. You reach for that. And you're reaching for a life of goodness. Let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath, sigh it out. And as we move into our heart, declare, I am in harmony, and try to feel that energy. I am immersed in this energy of harmony. All the world around me is part of me. I am in harmony with all life. I am in harmony with that same force that moves the stars and the planets and the galaxies. I am in harmony with the sun and the moon, the clouds and the sky, and the earth under my feet. I am in harmony with the buzz of life. I am in harmony with all nature. The wind, the seas, the plants, the animals. I'm in harmony with everything. I'm in harmony with all the people. We think for a moment of those that we love. They are a part of me. And as such, I am in harmony with them. I'm in harmony with my life. In fact, reach out and realize I love my life. With all of its blessings and all of its challenges, with all of its successes and all of its failures, I love my life. And I am in harmony with everything I must face in this life. The joys, but also the difficulties. They're all part of making me who I am. And I know some good will rise out of everything I face. So, to carry it to the limit, think of one person that you would think of as your adversary. Realize they are my worthy adversary. They are a part of me. And I am in harmony even with this person. As we struggle, it's a dance. I am in harmony with the world around me. Feel it. And then know the ultimate. I am in harmony with God. I am in harmony with God, and all is well. For the Father is with me every step of the way. And to my dance partner I say, Father, thy will be done through me. That goodness may truly flow. Thank you, God. Amen. And if our usher will come forward, we'll prepare for our offering. We hold our offering in our hands. And for those of you at home, hold that thought. You give your offering by going to the homepage following service and hitting the Donate Now button or pulling off our address and mailing us a check. You can call the office and arrange for regular offerings if that's easier. In any case, your support has been extremely important to us. We are truly grateful. Please keep us in mind. So let's hold our offering. Those who are here and those who are at home, hold that intent. And let's declare together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. Thank you, God. Amen.
My love is bigger than the sea. My love is big as God's can be. My love can span eternity. And when I love, it's better for me. This world can show me who I am. This world will change as best it can. My love bestows my soul to thee. When I change, it's better for me. This world shows its growth with every minor woe and every major blow. The one thing that I know, it's not too late to let go. My love is bigger than the sea.
Bigger than the sea.
My love is big as God's can be.
God's can be.
My love can span eternity.
Span eternity.
And when I love, it's better for me. This world can show me who I am.
Show me who I
This world will change as best it can.
best it can.
My world bestows my soul to thee.
Bestows my soul to
When I change, it's better for me. And this world shows its growth
shows its growth.
with every minor woe and every major blow. The one thing that I know, it's not too late to let go. This world, this world, this world, this world, this world, this world, this
Woo! Ah, that was gorgeous. That was wonderful. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for being at home. Where are we? Whether you're watching at home or here in person, thank you for being Unity Orlando, my spiritual family. Next Sunday, I will be speaking on rebuilding your life. Rebuilding your life. Let's all rise and radiate into the world our prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God bless you all. Have a wonderful